What up? Welcome to your morning drip. I am your host, Ronan Rock. This is your other host.
Hey, man, you know, Black History Month Wheezy, you know, Dell's homie.
So we just gonna, you know what? We're just gonna do things weird this episode. We're gonna start off with grinds my beans. You know what really grinds my beans? All right, so grind my beans is a segment where I talk about what's roasting my beans, what's getting on my nerves, what's a little bit irritating. We were supposed to interview our homie. I'm gonna give the full government. Lydell Cole.
Oh man, that's messed up.
Cole Medina.
Funky Cole.
And the thing is like, yo, brother, you gonna sit up and be like, hey, yo, man, you gotta put me on the show. You need to be. I need to be on. I should have been one of the first guests. And you know what, Cole? You should have been. You a dope individual doing dope stuff, but you also do not wake up in the morning. My brother did a no call, no show.
Hey man, he said I just gotta show up for work.
I got works to do, and then I got sleeps to do better. But yeah, so you just so you know, Dale, I love you, and you my grind my beans segment. You officially on the show.
Man, he's gonna be mad.
Hey.
But he said he was gonna be here.
He said he's gonna be here. I gotta roast him a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want that mask?
No, I don't.
It's not protecting against the Rona on your neck.
The neck Rona is not a priority of mine right now.
The Corona.
The Corona.
The Corona-cron.
I love that it just started to sound like a transformer now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It went from an R&B singer to a transformer.
Is that the new Michael Jackson video that Amarion's gonna do? Where remember Moonwalker, where Michael Jackson turns into the big robot at the end?
Kind of.
Yeah, that's what Amarion's gonna do. He's gonna be like, touch and gonna let it.
And then he's gonna turn into the COVID 3D.
So he's just gonna explode to a million particles, and everyone's just gonna start coughing. He's like, I have a respirator where my lungs used to be.
Oh my goodness.
It's so bad.
It is.
We're starting off this episode amazing.
Yeah.
But there's a crap ton of stuff to get into today.
Well, I think that we should start off with the art shows you got coming up, because I know we talk about it at the end, but this is a
monumental moment.
This is a moment.
All right, let me see if I can grab.
I'm not getting your computer on.
Because I didn't connect the HDMI cord.
That'll do.
He's not gonna be able to grab whatever he's looking for another couple seconds. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're having mechanical difficulties.
So we're gonna go to commercial break. No.
We're gonna go. Hey guys, welcome to your morning drip. We're gonna go to commercial. That's how I feel whenever I watch like NBA on like ESPN. They're like, welcome to NBA on ESPN. After this brief commercial break, we'll bring you maybe some sports. We'll consider bringing you sport.
Yeah. No. So we're doing this art show. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really excited about it.
I'm happy that you didn't lie.
To be honest, I know, man.
To be honest, man, I'm pretty excited.
Well, sometimes you know. So no.
Why are you talking on pay for parking? Keep going.
Oh shit.
Everybody, this is the parking segment of the show.
Everybody in the show paying parking.
I need to go out there and put my license plate on my.
Everybody in the show paying parking.
Everybody in the show paying parking.
Already
Are we the morning show Yin Yang Twins?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So we're doing
I had to think about it for a second.
we're doing the second of our series of morning shows that Your Morning Drip has presented, Culture Canvas. This one we are doing with 3 artists. I think the last one we did, we either had like 14 or 19 artists. I can't.
It was
even
a lot.
remember. Yeah. It was really dope.
It was cool, but man, I can't believe that was a lot of coordination.
I got to coordinate.
Hey, your time and your clothes.
But yeah, so this show is having 3 shows represented in it. Heritage by Wale, Black Label by the homie Cyrus Coleman, and then More Than February by me, Ronan Rock, showing some of the work we have here in the studio, some of the work in front of the show, and we're going to do the opening on Saturday, February 5th. At 5:00 at the gallery space. It's right across the street from Deadstock. I'm going to have 28 pieces in there, one representing every day of February, representing a different person.
Didn't get no leap year, man.
Nah. That's the Sometimes Why. That's going to be a secret piece.
Oh, okay.
It's
My bad, y'all. I'm sorry I messed it up.
You messed up the secret.
He could have just said no, but it left it a secret.
It's a secret piece.
Oh, okay.
So anyways, yeah.
Can I guess what the Sometimes Why or who it might be?
Go ahead.
Is it Yasin Bey?
Ooh, no. And the funny thing is,
man.
I didn't do.
You said
Yasin
Sometimes
Bey.
Why? And he sometimes goes by that.
I think he permanently goes by that.
Well, I mean, before he didn't, which makes it sometimes.
It's funny to me that most Def or some of the Muslim rappers that are out that changed their name to like a traditional Muslim name, like whatever. I think his original name was Dante, like his birth name.
Okay.
Then became Mos Def, which is technically your chosen name, and then you get the Muslim chosen name that
Yeah.
that they give you, and I just find it. I'm just like, do we skip a step in the middle?
What's the middle step?
No, I mean like in the sense of being like you did your rapper name, you didn't.
Oh.
You should just switch straight to the. But it's cool.
Hey, man, Sometimes Why?
Sometimes why? But yeah, so this is gonna be a dope show. We're gonna be doing a couple of things to be announced on Saturday throughout the month of February. We're definitely gonna do a movie night in there and show a movie representing Black history. And we're gonna put it up to a vote though. I think we're gonna do that on yourmorningdrip.com and let people choose which movie we're gonna show.
I heard y'all went in there and painted the walls.
Yep.
Yeah, it's making it crispy in there.
Super crispy. Yeah, they paint the walls. We're gonna have merch for sale of Your Morning Drip. We'll have prints for sale there also. We haven't even got to the other thing. We're doing the specialty More Than February show at Deadstock.
That's what I thought you was gonna be talking about. I'm not mad at this one either, but I'm like the way you were completing the conversation. I was like, don't you have another one?
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing a specialty show in Deadstock because the gallery is only gonna be open on the weekends. So we wanted to be.
That was my next question.
It's going to be available for people to see throughout the month during the weekdays, but we're also doing some special pieces in that show where that will be released in the middle of the month after Valentine's Day. So I'm really excited about those. Those are super dope. It's a dope concept.
Is there a part of it that you're not excited about? Because you keep saying that you're really excited.
Well, I'm excited about all of it, but like these yes, yes, sir.
Yes, I'm not excited about talking to you. That's what you're gonna say. I'm like this.
I think the next set of pieces we're gonna do in there are gonna be dope. It's gonna be shoe related, and it's going to have to do with Ian's other favorite thing besides shoes.
February.
Yeah.
Other favorite thing besides shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your other favorite thing besides shoes?
Food.
Sports.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah. So we're gonna do. No surprise here. We're gonna do sports figures. We're gonna do.
Oh wait, you told me this already, man. I be forgetting stuff,
dude. Hey, like Lydell Cole.
You see this? You see the gray
pepper?
hair? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm team pepper all day now. Salt just left.
No, the saltiness still in there.
No, man, salt. I look like when you at the Olive Garden. Like, would you like pepper?
I like
Maybe
how you
spinning?
said the Olive Garden.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. But no, yeah. So we'll be doing
Fire, right?
we'll be doing
What?
infamous basketball players that have had like some of the dopest shoes. So
Oh,
let me
You also
let's,
told me that.
let me run this by you. Like, let me make sure I'm doing the correct ones.
Okay.
So we're gonna do at least 2 of Michael Jordan because I want to do time period. So I want to have young Mike with the ones,
Okay.
with one piece, and then I'm like, what's the other time piece? Do you do the Jordan with the 11s or what? What's going on?
I don't know. You over here making it clap.
Yeah. Make it clap.
You could do 6s, first championship. You could do 11s, just a big deal. 12, the flu game, 12, 13, 14. You can do.
I'm saying that the ones are the classic type
Yeah.
shoes. What
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the other like
That's what I'm saying.
your number 2 shoe of Jordans?
My number 1 shoe of Jordan's is a 16, but there's no moment
Well, just
because he didn't really play in it until he came.
Should I put in the White Sox outfit?
You got to do one of him. Have you seen where he's like playing beer pong? There's a picture of him playing beer pong.
All right, can you
The
change the screen so I can now
multifaceted
fill up Michael Jordan playing beer pong?
Oh, I could shoot. I wonder if I could bring up some. No, I'm not gonna bring that up. But yeah,
Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing. So I was gonna make a surprise for you, but we're gonna do Allen Iverson.
you could have just
Do
left
the
it
questions.
surprise, Yeah.
I think we already talked about this because you told me like the
you
question.
You asked me which shoe would be. You said I know the question, but I was trying to think of a different shoe.
All right.
I think a different shoe would be tight.
This is who is he
Ooh.
with?
I don't know. That's the thing.
You can pull up my screen real quick. Who?
That's the thing. No, I have no idea.
I was like, is that Shannon Tatum?
Who is that? Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
Shannon Tatum?
Shannon Baden?
Is that damn Tatum?
Damn Dayton?
You guys really sound white guys like that. Channing Tatum.
Man,
Yeah.
is that not Channing Tatum? Is that not his name?
I love
But
this,
that's clearly
this-
not Channing Tatum.
this
but,
picture of Michael Jordan just looked like he's like a little black kid. You know, wee!
Bro, he's hype, man. It's hype. I think I know the image.
But yeah, so there you go. Also, Jordan only drinks Modelo.
It's a pound and 6-pack after.
Yeah, I might have to, we might have to just take this picture. Bloop. Bloop. Might have to take this one too. Bloop. All right. Anyways, you can put back up the screen. So, all right, we're gonna get
I'm
into.
gonna find the image for you.
You're gonna find it. Put it in the thing.
Right, I'm leaving
Okay.
on one. I need to make sure my license plate is up.
You gonna leave?
I'm about to get another like $70 parking ticket.
Don't do that.
Oh.
YMD does not have parking ticking funds.
No. I wonder if I can find a good enough image.
So what's
It's a good one.
So I heard that there's going to be some new Sunday fun days at the Concourse of Coffee.
Found it.
I thought you got excited about what I was saying.
Oh, that is gonna be exciting.
So what's going on? Are you ready to reveal? Yeah, if you're not ready to reveal, we can.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you and Jesus are about to be pulling up at the, doing a little skip.
The skip.
Yeah, but
I heard you had
a
some
low,
concerns
but
about
a low key skip. I want a little. I want a little skip. That's it. Maybe even just.
So is this gonna be the House of On God?
Oh, it could be. Honestly, it could be.
Every now
Yeah,
and then
now that
I
I
say
think about
I
it.
did, and Ian doesn't get pissed off at
Yeah.
it. It's sometimes amazing.
It could be. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm supposed to put this in the. If you did, if
In
you
the
did
notes?
it, yeah, you probably won't do it, and that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
P.S. I've talked to David. We have a party called Never Too Much that we're supposed to be doing on the 22nd of February.
Oh, that's
And
that takes place.
David is talked to me multiple times, like, hey, yo, I need to hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up at 6:00. It's not hit me up.
I see David all the time, and he never hits me up.
You know what? Within this time frame of the lovely owners of Two Wrongs and Jackie's, my heart was for David, but now I've become quite fond of Quinn.
Yeah, David sucks.
The title of episode. Oh, P.S. This is our first episode of Black History Month. Black is the color of my true love's hair.
It's like Ian
that
put his.
It's a
Ian's
bar.
Yeah, man. Just let people
Mustafa.
know. Why are you just saying random things? He said Mustafa. He said black is the color of my true love's hair.
It's
Is that a movie?
a line.
From where?
I can't remember.
Oh my goodness.
It's like Most Def or Common or something. I don't know.
That's one of this.
It's one of them. But you know what? Also, this month is. No, you don't. I'm just gonna tell you. It's Dilla.
The whole month.
It's Dilla month. Yeah.
Oh.
He
I didn't know
born
that.
and died in February.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah. So we've done a long-standing Dilla tribute night here in Portland,
For sure. I do know that.
and we're going to be doing it again. I believe it's going to be on. You can pull up the article, but oh god, I hate you. I hate you so much.
I don't. Have
I was
the
about
notes.
to type something. Oh, I was looking up the date. Making sure I'm saying this right. It's going to be on the February 20th. We'll be celebrating
Saturday.
Dilla.
It's a Saturday.
Sunday. We always do it on Sunday
Oh, why?
because you gotta stay blessed with Dilla.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna be dope. We've done it traditionally at Dig a Pony. I can't wait. Just did the art for it yesterday, so
Nice.
gonna put that out. But yeah, Dilla Tribute Night coming soon with my homeboy Rev Shines, and hopefully if my boy Kez gets his computer figured out, he'll be there too. He might have to do an all vinyl set. But yeah,
That would also be tight.
that would also be tight.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving forward, we also so Dilla, it's Dilla time. Author Dan, whatever that last name, on why Dilla is a legend in his own. All right, are you a big Dilla fan? Or you just
like when I hear it, I'm like, man, this is tight. I don't seek it out. For a while, I listened to a lot of Dilla in the shop, but mainly
Jesus.
like when I work by myself. When I work by myself, a lot of times that's pretty sick. I'll play music that doesn't have like any words, so that I don't have to be like
Ooh.
in case somebody comes in and somebody's fully talking about
The life?
the details of busting it down.
Dude, that needs to be a show. They need like a TV show, that sounds like the new was it Europa or
Euphoria.
Euphoria? Europa.
I don't even watch TV. Like,
Yeah,
Let's say
Europa. Euphoria.
He said, "This is how."
Wait. Write that down on the table. I want to remember that. The what? A busting down?
The details of busting it down.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a new book coming out about Dilla. And it says, who reinvented the rhyme of Dilla? And the life after. I haven't read this book yet. I plan on getting it. It's a weird thing, and the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because we had House Shoes on the show, and we kind of steered away about talking about Dilla. Like, House Shoes is like an amazing figure within music in his own right, owns his own label, makes beats, an incredible DJ, incredible selector, and shout out to his Twitch stream. He does a show called Magic, and it's dope. But anyways, getting back to Dilla, it's a thing that's like, and this is why it's important that I'm asking you. The collector's culture that we're in right now, that's like super insane. Like, it's even within Bitcoin and NFTs and everything, of being like, hey, this is going to be worth something later. I really feel like it it happened before Dilla within music, but I feel like Dilla was like, hey, this is an obscure baseball card that you didn't realize is going to be worth X amount in the future. And everything, like every year, there's X amount of stuff that comes out. And I don't know, man, like, how do you feel about that state of the culture right now? Like how it's like taken over everything. Like everything's rare, everything's limited.
Yeah, I don't like
Pokemon boxes going for $3.5 million.
Yeah, I don't like it because it's not sustainable, but also it isn't it takes the fun out of whatever it is that you're collecting.
Mm-hmm.
If you collect, let's say, really rare, expensive alcohols, you know, that thing that you already are spending a lot of money for is now exponentially more money. If you are, I mean, some people have just been into, I know people who collected like Pokemon and stuff like that since forever, never stopped. And luckily for them, that thing that they have amassed over time is now worth a lot more money than they expected.
Yeah.
But also that just makes you being already in it. And I could definitely liken this to sneaker culture, but I'm not going to because I'll go off for hours. But it just makes everything, and even sometimes things that don't necessarily, to me, shouldn't be expensive or commoditized, it blows that out of proportion. When you got people who are fighting, you know, adults who are fighting
At Target trying to get that Pokemon box.
yeah, for their kid, that doesn't make anything when adults are fighting over a toy or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. So I don't like the extreme collector culture.
Mm-hmm.
I understand NFTs enough to understand that I don't like them, because it just doesn't make any sense to me. I wish I had. Did I tell you about my friend Super Dave who got into who bought Bitcoin? I want to say 2011 or 2012.
Yeah.
Put his whole. We worked at Nike together, and he was a senior in his position, and bought spent his whole bonus on. Did you just bring it over to take a bite and then push it away?
ASMR.
Spent his whole bonus on Bitcoin when it was like $15 a share, and said, "I'm not touching this for 10 years." So technically, it either was 2011 or 2012. So, and I'm willing to believe his bonus was somewhere in the at least $8,000 range. So if he actually spent the whole thing on Bitcoin and waited until the 10 years, Super Dave is Super Duper Dave.
Super Dave is doing Incredible Dave.
Yeah, Incredible Dave. Yeah. He's now Untouchable Dave.
Immaculate Dave.
Yeah, Immaculate
He's
Dave.
now Elon Musk's nephew Dave.
Man, so one in like, I mean, I was gonna say in no time, but that was over 10 years, right?
But still, man, I mean, what else could you?
I wish that I would have done it, but I'm also like, at that moment, if I would have done that,
I would have been broke.
I would have been dummy broke.
Yeah. That's the thing, is that I think that, to me, this is how I would describe it. It's poor man's investing. It's like, hey, I can put $150 down. I have the physical item in my hands right now. You know, hopefully there'll be a short-term flip that I can do. You know, maybe I'll hold on to this and give this to my kids for this. And it's a thing that someone's getting paid off it no matter what. Some huge company is making X amount of buku bucks, and it becomes the Beanie Baby effect of being like, hey, we're going to make this Beckett. Beckett is a guide that basically shows you the price of trading cards and different stuff like that. It's like, here's this Beckett guide that we made. So we're making our own stock portfolio, saying that in 10 years, this is going to be worth $1,000. That's going to be a 5,000% increase on the value of what you initially invested on buying this. And it's like, yo, I can't not do this. Like, you know, this Beanie Baby is only $10. So if I get 500 of them, keep them for 20 years, I'm in the bank, you know? And it's the thing that, like, the market's going to dictate the value of these things. Pokemon had, you know, its ups and downs, its lows and everything else like that. And right now it's on top because of Pokemon Go, the movies that recently happened, and the resurgence of 90s culture coming back into effect. So I'm just kind of, I'm nervous, but once again, going back to Dilla within this, I don't want this to ruin the legacy of someone or something that I love. Like, I want things to come out and be about them and them to be remembered, but I don't want it to be like, yo, I'm buying this, it's going to stay in a box in the corner. My kids are going to find it when I die, and it's going to be worth $1 million.
Maybe.
Like, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's, because to expound on what you were just saying, or to go off of what you were just saying, these things right now we're creating stuff for the sake of creating, you know, to be able to capitalize or commoditize whatever the thing is. It's oftentimes, I'm not going to say always, but it's oftentimes not because it's a true reflection or representation of whatever the subject matter is. And so, like, whatever basketball cards they're churning out right now are not as tight as the ones that they were doing in 2000.
No.
Right? And it's just to capitalize on the hype and the craziness of all of it right now. So they're making the packaging more dazzly and whatever. But
even the NFT versions of the cards that they're doing now, so you can own ESPN clips. Like, the only thing that I really love about the idea of NFTs, and I tried to do this beforehand, and this is like once again, like, there's no original idea under the sun.
Yeah.
But we used to give out buttons at some of the events that we did, and I wanted to make it like, yo, word, if you have one of the buttons, there's a secret party that we're gonna throw at the end of the year. You can get into that secret party, but that's only if you have one of the buttons. If you don't have one of the buttons, I'm sorry.
yeah,
And even make it be like, hey, if you have one of the buttons for like an R&B night, you bring that to the next year's R&B party, you get in free, or you get a free drink or something along those lines. I wanted to give an incentive not only to keep it, to wear it, but to bring it back again and see how many like long-term fans.
yeah,
And
real
so-
NFT.
Yeah, and then but then the NFT universe is now, they're being like,
Yeah.
there's an exclusive restaurant that you can only get into if you buy this $3,000 photo online that's been made. And it's like this weird version of not only gatekeeping, but exclusionary, like, you know, social club status of being like, yo, you can't save up to go buy this NFT or whatever else like you can to just be like, I want to go to my favorite restaurant. It's my anniversary. I want to go with my partner, and I've saved up to make this experience happen.
Yep.
I think it's just going to become more and more exclusive and weird metaverse. But anyways, moving on. You can go ahead and take this one down.
Yeah. Team No NFT.
I'm just really hoping that whatever happens with this, it gets figured out more so.
Yeah.
So this next one, we're gonna do an update on the one and only It's Lit, Travis Scott.
Man.
I love that I do my own effects. I really need to not. I hope this never gets memed. So the Astroworld Fest case will represent nearly 2,800 victims.
That's a lot.
It's in a combined lawsuit that's after attending the 2021 Astroworld Festival. Nearly 400 lawsuits are moving forward into one bigger case. Although 10 victims were killed during the surge. I hate that it's called surge. It just sounds weird. It's like, yo, a surge is a storm. A surge is, a wave set or whatever else. Surge was also one of the best sperm killing sodas of all time. Hey,
It's
yo,
like,
that
Surge
was
Extreme Mountain Dew.
That-
It's like before the versions of Mountain Dew that came out later.
yo. It was
Like
Four Loko
Livewire?
before Four Loko.
You guys know they're making an alcoholic Baja Blast.
Kind of makes sense.
I mean,
They're making everything like if it was carbonated, it is now a seltzer.
yes, but
Like Fanta, and it was like going to become like Fantastic or something like that. I don't know, which is a cleaning solution.
Fantasia.
Yeah,
and then have
Fantasia.
and have the actual artist Fantasia drinking it. Anyways, so let's basically what I wanted to like kind of just talk really quickly about this is just like we live in this culture where it's like, you know, tell your truth, accountability, da 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 da. How does this brother apologize for this correctly?
I don't know how many more times he can. I don't know what his apologies have been so far. I know that there's some things that he's done, like people are saying that, it's a publicity thing, but partnering with Better Health to help people find, help through it. I'm pretty sure there's some financial pieces that go with it, but I don't know how much apology he can do. If he was to all of a sudden decide that, I'm gonna put violence in quotes, but like, you know, because they mosh and stuff like that. If he was to decide that that was no longer part of his music, yada yada, is he just conforming, or is that truly who he is now?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. If he went on an apology tour, again, no pun intended, like what would that be? Him truly being apologetic, or is he just doing that
From the money,
for the money, or for the, you know, the, hey, look, I did it,
media attention,
I'm sorry,
good publicity.
Yeah, right. So there's like what more could he do is what I'm trying to say.
And that's what I think I'm getting at. We target these people when we address these issues in such a weird way, and how we label people within this. It's like, this person's now the villain.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, what is the redemption arc of the story? And they're like, there is none. And I'm like, but how?
Have you guys seen his apology?
No.
I've seen some of the stuff that they've talked about, and wasn't
there like a video? Everybody's making fun of the video.
Oh, hold on. Pause the screen real quick, and I'll try to bring it up. Basically,
he was like walking around the house or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It was in like black and white.
Yeah.
It's just a thing to me that, how are you supposed to seem authentic? How are you supposed to seem authentic within this? You are a celebrity, like, you know. What are you supposed to do to make this situation correct? Do you take care of the burials for all the families? When the reporters report on that, is that going to make you look bad? And that's one of the things that, like, you later on hear about some of the greatest artists in the world, is that, you know, Robin Williams, Prince, Michael Jackson. There's all these celebrities that have secretly done like charitable acts and made sure no one ever knew about it, or wrote stuff in their will to sit up here and give X amount of money away. Bill Gates within that.
Yeah.
And it's like, so we're not going to give them their flowers. We're not going to make them be a shining example of what to do right within situations with your wealth and everything else, because no matter what they're doing is look like they're doing it for fame. And I'm just like, even if they are, at least they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because Project Red is my one thing that I get disgusted by. Do you know the story about that? I'll tell you real quick. If you
That's the one where like they had all the like everything was red.
Yeah.
Was it for
like
AIDS
Apple,
or malaria?
It was for AIDS.
Uh-huh.
And so basically what ended up, they found out at the end of it, because Apple refused to do a Red series of like the iPods, the iPhone, and everything else for years, and they guilted them into doing it. And they found out while in that process of them guilting is that I think it's something like 99% of the budget for those projects, the money goes to advertising. It's not for an AIDS cure. It's for AIDS awareness. Like,
yeah, that's not tight.
Yeah. And so people were just like, wait. You guys have made hundreds of millions of dollars
So much
within this.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was in the billions, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
because everything had red, every major brand.
And you literally couldn't use the color red because it's like, yo, you're doing something red and it's not for Project Red. How dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, let's get into this video real quick.
To the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The City of Houston, HPD, Fire Department, you know, everyone to, you know, help us help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just.
I'm gonna stop rubbing his forehead. But to me, that actually sounded like he cared, and I'm willing to believe that if there was he's had many shows. There's been many fights, moshes, whatever that break out. I'm willing to believe that he stops the show if there is a serious injury.
Yeah.
Right. So what more you've been endorsing this for? Like, people have been endorsing this forever. You know, parents let kids go to the show. Full adults attend these events. You know, I think I told you my story when shout out Dell. When Dell and I went to go see him in Vegas, and the security stopped the fight, and he stopped the show to be like, let them go, like let it happen. Or else I'm leaving. So it's known that this is part of the show culture.
Yeah.
It's aside from we'll take product and everything out of it, because there's enough problems that happen when they release product and stuff like that. But take product out of it and just go to the actual performance. We know that this is part of it. So I'm not looking at this. Who would ever be like, man, sorry you died? You know, but what do you expect him to say? He's like working with HPD, working with fire department, working with the city, trying to identify the families, let everybody know we're doing everything we can, but like it just happened, you know, at this moment. Yeah.
And I'll leave it off with this. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, do I need to cry on camera? Because if I cry on camera and it's authentic, you're going to say it's fake. If I fake it, you're going to be like, it's inauthentic. And it's like, yo, if I don't and I try to keep myself composed, but this is also like a scary time for me because I don't know if I'm going to go to jail, if I don't know what's about to happen to me personally.
Yeah.
My art resulted in people dying. And it's like, whose fault is it? Whatever. It's like, do you know what he's going through? Like what the family's going through? Immensely horrible, tragic, losing a child, losing a parent, losing anything.
For sure.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Devastating. Knowing that you're the result of that when you try to make people happy, that you were trying to provide for your family with the skill set you had, like that's devastating. Once again, not to undermine the families, but it's like what they're going through, and then you know you're gonna be like, yeah, man, that's fake. They're doing that for, and it's like even if they are, at least they're trying. Like, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm not on Travis Scott's side. I'm just saying, yo, people need to figure out where the line in the sand is on what really accountability is and what, like, you know, holding someone's responsible for their action, but more so accepting of their apology and accepting of them trying to change. Yeah. All right, cool. You can take that down real quick, Mars. Thank you. Also, shout out to Marcy. Black History Month. We got
Black History.
An amazing director, documentarian, DP. Marcy does everything. I'm gonna make sure if you don't know, her link is always within the description on the YouTube channel for the post. If you want to hire someone dope and black, bam. But also if you just want to hire someone dope, bam. Like not limited to race, creed, or color, or whatever else.
1,000,000%.
Thank you.
That last part was necessary. That's what I think. I think that is. I was thinking about this morning. I'm hyped that it's Black History Month. I'm proud to be black. I'm never gonna be like, doesn't matter. But the fact that we have these moments, you know, Black History Month, Latinx heritage, Asia Pacific, all that stuff, all these remembrances is because we have to essentially force people to acknowledge, you know, and set aside a time when everybody should just treat everybody fairly with love and respect.
You know,
so that's how I feel about it.
It's definitely this. I want to say this right. I really want to.
Nah, man, say it wrong.
Because this is what it is, and I think this is a perfect segue into the story. So we're just gonna dive into it. So Joe Biden is picking his new Supreme Court justice.
I had a very long conversation about this 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish you would have had it here.
Man, it was.
Yeah.
I can cliff notes it, but go ahead.
But basically, it's one of these things that it always feels weird that we have to do. What is it called when you have to hire a black person?
Yeah. I can't.
Do you know what it's called, Marcy? It's
I know exactly what you're talking
Right?
about.
Where
but
it's
drawing
like-
a
it's
blank.
right there on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
But anyways, when I can't think of what it's called. But anyways, so having to hire a black person because there's historically been no black person within that position and it's the thing that it's
not a diversity hire, but
I almost want to say something reparations, but it's not that either. But I think it's something like 98% of Supreme Court justices.
Oh, is it like inclusion? No, that's not
no.
the word.
It's 98% of Supreme Court justices are white men.
Mm-hmm.
There's only been one woman of color. There's only, still there hasn't been that many women. And it's a thing that it's like, how are you supposed to truly represent, and you can pull this up on the screen, how are you truly supposed to represent the people when the people are never truly represented within the culture and within the Supreme Court itself? Like, if we don't have representatives that look like us or are in those places, and you're like, and I can't remember the dude that's on Fox News. It's not even on Fox News. He's the senator that everyone hates, the one that went to Cancun, like,
dipped out.
Yeah, the dipped out, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He basically did.
He's like, what?
He did.
I'm out. Yeah. He's like, man, this is looking tense around here.
He's a little damn around
He's
here.
like, man, there's a problem coming.
Actually, take this down real quick, and maybe I can find it real quick.
I can search it while we leave it up if you want.
I think it's on Rogue Rocket. They did a story for it on about the senator that was talking about this. God, I can't remember what his name is. But anyways, basically, he was just like,
You're talking about Ted Cruz, right?
Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz got on and was just like, hey, it is horrible and even more racist and a discount to black women that you're saying that you're only going to singularly hire a black woman. You should be like, I'm going to hire the best person for the job, and it just so happens to be a black woman. But since you're limiting your scope to only black women, you're in the wrong. And you are doing a disservice to not only the black community, but women everywhere. And I was just like, nah, bruh. He's just sitting up here being like, something don't add up. So I'm going to sit up here and balance out the equation.
Yeah.
And that's the thing for me. I get sick and tired of us in America. Whenever we get an ally, whenever we get someone in a position of power that says, hey, I'm going to balance out this equation. I'm not going to give them an unfair advantage within it, but I'm going to balance out the equation because I realize it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's like desegregating schools.
I have a hard time with this because to me, I feel like it does. You're now saying I don't have a problem. Of course, I would like to see a black woman in the Supreme Court, and if anything was ever to happen to me, I hope she will most likely be the one who's gonna understand, or who's at least gonna hear me out, but fairly. Most likely, but I feel that it makes it difficult. What is the phrase for what that type of hire is? But
I thought it was inclusivity hire. But
no,
I
want to say it's like a minority hire or something like that. But I type in like phrase or something like that. But I think that it makes it difficult for that person who is in that people might discount their value or worth. Then that hire should just have been, he should have just hired whoever that person is and not said like, I'm picking a black woman.
that's the point I was going to say, especially as like especially as a black woman.
Yeah.
Like the big issue I've had, especially like in a couple jobs in Portland, is that like when people are like, oh, I'm happy we hired you because you're black. It's like, could you just say you're happy you hired me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, because like of course like especially like in film and like what I work in, if you're not like good at what you're doing, they're not gonna keep hiring you. So it's not like they're necessarily discrediting my talents.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, it's like the best way for inclusion to happen is just to hire somebody who's qualified
Yes.
and brown. Like
Yep.
this, and I'm gonna assume that she's qualified. Who he's intending, like
For
he's
sure,
not gonna hire
right?
someone who isn't qualified.
For sure.
But I mean, knowing Joe Biden's history, the language he used in talking about this isn't necessarily helpful. It just kind of is, it's giving brownie points. You know what I mean?
Nope. What? No, that's racist. I'm just kidding.
You know, it's like I'm
Is
happy.
that where that comes from?
No.
No. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Right. I'm just curious. But yeah, I think to me, it begins
Affirmative
to
action.
Affirmative action. Thank you.
Oh, you guys
Jesus.
were talking about. Oh, if you guys would have said like the legislation, I would have gotten it.
Oh. If y'all would
now,
have said the
if you would have said it
legislation.
this way.
Oh.
I wasn't thinking because when I think of affirmative action,
I'm sorry,
I think of-
LaShawn.
think
I don't
of-
know why I said that.
I think of affirmative action. I think of like schools,
Yeah.
particularly. Like that's when I hear it most. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
totally.
No.
Yeah. It to me it discredits. It instantly discredits whoever that person is.
Affirmative action hire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within not the affirmative action hire, but just making
The statement.
when somebody tells me, you know, Deadstock, you guys are the best black-owned coffee shop in the city. I'm like, tight. There's 3 of us.
Do you
Like,
realize?
I don't want to
I
be
own
the
2
best.
of them.
Yeah, and I own 2 of them. Well, sorry, now there's 4 of us. But yeah, like they'll be like, hey, we want to feature black baristas for the month of February, and then they come to Deadstock and feature all of our employees because we got the most. You know, and that's why I don't agree to do stuff in February.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I get the call and they're like, we want to feature your coffee for February, I just say we're really busy until like the 25th or 26th. Do you want to just start the week after? And they're like, yeah. And then I don't hear from them again until
the next
the
year.
next January. So that's where I'm at with all of that.
Yeah, I mean, like it's the thing that it's for me. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you only think about us when we come in, when February comes up, aka we're more than February. That's why I named the art show that. Like we're more than these 28 days.
Sometimes
But
29.
sometimes why?
Sometimes why?
But it's the thing that's like, if you announce that you're doing it, are you doing it just for the announcement to be like, look, we recognize black people? Or is it the thing that you're like, oh man, we never even realized that we didn't do this? Yes, we do just hire people that look like us because it makes us feel comfortable.
Yeah.
We want to hire what's in our cultural and comfortability boundaries. And you know,
Yeah.
that might always look like a white male. That's even the thing that's like now when we first started doing this show, we had our homegirl, and I know she's listening, Missa, being like, hey, you need to have a woman on the show. And we were like, we haven't had that many guests. Like we're going to have women on the show. Like most definitely you're on the show. And it's not because we needed a woman on the show. You're just dope enough for the job.
Yeah.
And it becomes that thing of being like, am I being pressured to do something just to fit a narrative that the world on a wokeness train of doing? Or is this actually within me in general? Is there enough people within the segment to sit up here and do that? It's multifaceted, and it comes down to me. I'm like, once again, intentions matter. Why you're doing this, why you're bringing it up matters. And in your case, I wrote on the thing, which I can just bring up right now since it was going to be a segment later on in the show. We'll just talk about it now. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, can you bring up the screen real quick? This is going to be in our Black Tea segment, but yeah, we're Black History in the making. Us doing this show. There's never been a black morning show in Portland, a true black morning show. We're the first black morning show station on Portland's first black station, and we're in Portland's original black home, which is Chinatown. Black people originally lived here, and then even more so than that, we are inspired by Portland's dopest coffee shop that just happens to be black owned. You saw, I like what There's no better way to say that. Like, and that's in my personal opinion, and it's not just because I'm black.
Yeah.
I never see a coffee shop as busy as yours.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And I don't, and I never felt comfortable enough in an environment of that sort because everything felt like Starbucks, and I felt like I had to be quiet. I had to look a certain way.
Yeah. I
got to sit over here. Everyone that's gonna feel like I'm the weird black guy. I have to order something and constantly have something in front of me, and if not, then I'm loitering, and I'm gonna be the black guy loitering.
Yeah.
It was the first place I felt comfortable that wasn't a barbershop in Portland, hands down. Like,
I appreciate that.
So anyways, just saying, like, yo, for us within these situations of having affirmative actions, they happen because of your uncomfortability. And if you got comfortable with affirmative actions, they wouldn't need to be affirmative anymore. It would come naturally. It'd be a thing of just being like, hey, we're doing a Cheerios ad. There's going to be a shit ton of black people that are going to want to get this. Let's make sure we have these people staffed to also represent that.
That's
Like-
that's what, like, my opinion, what, like, white people's, like, out here, their biggest privileges, especially, is that familiarity. They can go and get hired so many places just because, like, over someone brown or black, just because people are more familiar with how they look, and they're like, oh, you look like me. And there's nothing that's going to replace that familiarity. Like, that's not something we're ever going to be able to compete with. So by creating black spaces, or we can have that familiarity amongst ourselves, is, like, so important.
And I think one of the prime examples of this that I'm so sad they're in their last season is Blackish. Blackish, the father in Blackish, which I would say, hey, we need to crown him as America's new dad. And I would say second place needs to go to the James Earl Jones, Mufasa and Darth Vader, and he's still living. That's America's dad. The good and the bad. He's tough, but just in the way you need. He inspires you. But yeah, so I would say Blackish because it directly showed us marketing, how the marketing world works. And I don't think people realize how in-depth and crazy this is. Looking at a marketing world where everyone around the table besides two black men, and one's the lead, the other one's is basically backup, and they make him look like an idiot on the show.
Yeah.
But that's how they see us when we talk in these meetings. It's like coming up with these dope concepts of how to do stuff. Even for white clients to sit up here and give them the sauce or make them feel right. Like, and then we got a brother at the window staring at us, and he's just like, and I'm just trying not to pay attention to it. But it's just a thing that's like, you know.
How do you DJ shows and it doesn't bother you, but that does?
Well, because I'm talking, so I'm thinking,
Oh, okay.
and that's disrupting it. Where I'm playing music, and I can just be like, just don't look up, just don't look up,
Oh,
just don't
okay.
look up. Anyways, it's just insane that, like, you know, this marketing culture, especially Black, is showcasing it. I think it speaks a lot to the truth of the situation of what these situations look like, and they looked messed up. It shines a light on it. I think Blackish is probably one of the most important things that have happened in the black community, probably in the last like 20 years.
Yeah, I think it's quite monumental to have, like, you know, they really do represent. It represents a lot of things.
A lot of the series of Black, it shows old Black, young Black, adult parenting, being mixed,
from the hood,
you know, from the burbs,
you know, like kind of hippie, kind of, you know, real street, and then like, but then the struggles of their children as well, and it really is just like Blackish is a very good, a great reflection.
It's a testimonial to how prolific as Black people we can be.
Yep.
The hair conversations were
Yeah.
one of the things that drew me in.
Yep.
Hair, and then like the way, like, I remember this episode with his daughter where they're talking about how, like, she took like a picture with like a string like tank top on, her dad got on her, but then like she's like, well, my brother's out here posting shirtless pics on Instagram. And they had like good conversations like that, like, and they did, like, it's so good how they balance a comedic tone, but then also like giving out great information and conversations.
The only reason that I'm okay with, and this might be controversial to say, but I'm gonna give an honest fuck you. It's Black History Month. I'm gonna say it. Yo, Blackish made it okay that we lost the Cosby Show, and that we can't watch that in traditionally the way that we were, and we're able to share that with our children. Blackish made it so there's a new thing that we can sit up here and show the modern America, like, hey, we are not a stereotype. We are not only a one tone note within society. Like, we are more than the monolith that you guys try to put us on. Like, as black individuals, we can be multifaceted. We can love different stuff. And I'm going to give the biggest shout outs, because I've been working with my homie so hard on this. Shout out to the homie Darrell, Black Men's Wellness. Once again, we are not only basketball players. We will not only shut up and dribble. P.S. That's going to be the name of the art show in Deadstock. Yeah.
That's good.
Like, I just, the fact that I just can't give enough roses to black people destroying the stereotype of what it is to be black. Shout out to Kareem Campbell. Shout out to Terry Kennedy, Stevie Williams. Yep. Shout out to
Boo and Rashad and
Soundmaster
Ish.
Kayla.
Yep.
Shout out to the one and only Tyler the Creator. Shout out to Frank Ocean. Shout out to Kid Cudi. Shout out to Serena Williams. Shout out to Tiger Woods. Shout out to every black person that sat up here and took a chance on doing something that I'm like literally about to fight back tears and saying this. Like, shout out to them for doing stuff that made us look more than just like a one note thing within this. Shout out to Stevie Wonders. Shout out to oh my God, why am I Ray Charles for being. Ray Charles didn't just make like blues or whatever else. He made country music. He made westerns. He made western music. Like, the Cowboys, they didn't know that they were listening to him. And the brother couldn't even see to sit up here and know, like, hey, this is why they're discriminating against me. I just love this music. Like, shout out to every brother and sister and however you identify within this, being black, doing the dope stuff that you are, and like, fuck the world for being like, we're only gonna pay homage, recognize you, hire you, give you your roses in February. Like, fuck that. And one more time, a shout out to Blackish for actually putting on the map. And if anybody wants to sit up here and second guess this or say I'm lying or saying that's not true, Juneteenth became a thing because the Roots and Blackish did a damn ad in the middle of their show paying homage to Juneteenth. Like, it would not be on Nike's radar. You would not be having all these festivals and all these different things on Juneteenth if it wasn't for a show about black people trying to normalize us just existing. So I'm gonna stop there because I'm really.
Yeah, no, Blackish. But I will, the more that I think about it, more than just the stories that they told on Blackish, and like the examples that were shown within the family, more than the examples that they showed within the family, they would then tell the stories of why the moment is important, and about the person who we are honoring during that moment, or the people or the situation, whatever happened. Like, it would be more than just like, oh, you don't understand why you think I'm getting mad about this? I get mad about this because of information, and it wasn't just like, celebrate Juneteenth because we said so, and or whatever it might be. Like, why do we take MLK Day off? Because this is why, and yada yada. So
you know that Black History Month started as a week.
Yep.
So for those of our viewers who don't know, Black History Month started as a week. It was a bunch of educators that got together that got it extended to a month. Like, it's they tried to give us a week, just a week, and it took a bunch of black professional teachers to come together and sit up here and get it changed to a month. Once again, the shortest month of the year. Like, and I'm gonna give my last shout out to two people, two incredible filmmakers, because I think it's so important that film be Marcy, once again, please make as much dope stuff in the universe as you possibly can, and hire this incredible person, no other labels, this incredible person to do stuff, because one, Insecure changed the landscape of black television within like the HBO network channeling
Sure.
cable
Yeah.
world, made a huge difference. And then the director of Queen and Slim, Lena, Master of None, not only black, not only a woman, not only gay, but like also just dope, and not having to play into the stereotypes of what a female director is supposed to be like and what their films are supposed to be. Like, just dope. Like, and yeah, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop there.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm gonna make a suggestion.
Yeah.
I know I got to dip soon, but I think that's a good place to actually end the episode on. From my perspective, of uplifting and being proud. Whatever we're gonna say from now on is, I think, gonna dilute what just happened.
All right.
I'm not a director, you know what I'm saying, at all. But I really do. I mean, I don't know if you have more plans or whatever, but I don't want to discount the message that you just made and the power that was in everything you just said, and truly how you felt about what you were saying. So, I mean, up to you. I do also still have something for you. I gotta go get it.
All
but
right. You go.
But yeah, I feel like that was not only a solid kickoff, but something that as you go through the More Than February, the show that you're putting together, you just explained what More Than February means to you without even being like, also come to my show. You know what I'm saying? So proud of you, man.
Thank you. Man.
Super proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll be back.
All right.
Yeah. My body don't do the things it used to.
Hey, yo, it is what it is. Yeah, so I guess really quickly I'll get into while my brethren's gone. Yeah, the screen isn't up. Some other quick news stuff that we can get into, and I think another one that we're going to talk about. You can go ahead and bring up the screen. So recently, and you know what? I'm going to give a shout out to Ebro, even though I'm not the biggest fan of syndicated radio. I think we each need to have our own voices in our own neighborhoods, especially black voices on these hip hop morning shows and everything else. But all that being said, I'm going to read this off to you. It says, when Tyrese had a mental breakdown online in regards to not seeing his daughter in 2 years, people laughed at him and he became a meme. When Kanye West had a mental breakdown on TV, people called him crazy and he became a meme too. The world watched Will Smith listen to his wife tell him on live TV that she had an affair, and people laughed at Will when he became a meme. And yet we wonder why black men don't open up about mental health. Ebro asked, like, is this fact or fiction? And I'm gonna say this is super fact. Marcy, would you agree on this statement?
100%.
I think that this is what it is. It's a damn shame that we're not, as black men, supposed to be more than a tone deaf note in most stuff. We have to be strong. We have to be, we either super ignorant or we're super articulate. And if we aren't more than these characterizations, however you say that word, then there's something wrong with us. And it's like, what is that saying, Marcy? If you're black and you're living in today's world and you're not crazy, that's crazy. Like however that's saying.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Like, yo, I hold on. I gotta go. Hold on. Someone's breaking into my car. Hey, homie. Hey. Yeah. All right. Hey, and we're back, people. Just to let you know how crazy. Can you make sure that door is locked? Just to let you know how crazy this world is. I literally just watched someone break into my car in the middle of the show. And I just took 2 sets of keys of other people's cars that they were trying to sit up here and steal in front of the show. Yo, Marcy, let me get into this. Once again, I'm going to sit up here and say this because this is crazy to me and it's Black History Month and now I am wound the fuck up. I was labeled as a gang member by a prominent white owner within the club scene in Portland. I'm just going to say his name. Evil One, Eric Bowler. Fuck you, dude. And it's the thing that I have been criticized by police and by different city officials as being a gang member for years. And the thing is, and I'm giving myself my own fucking roses on this shit. I have sat up here and done so much things for the community and helped within my community so many times that it is insane to me that as much interaction that I've had with police in the city, one, that they don't know my name, one, that they don't recognize my face when I come around, because I've gotten the Medal of Valor in the city for saving a woman's life when she was getting stabbed. Yesterday, I literally stopped a homeless person from getting stabbed once again because they thought that he stole something from them and they didn't. So 3 white men were chasing this. I'm going to say, I believe he was Mexican or Hispanic, had a Hispanic family. You know what I'm saying. Stopped them, had to take out all the man's stuff and sit up here and protect him to show them that he didn't actually steal from them or have the keys to their car. And then, you gotta unlock the door for Weezy. And then turned around and, yeah. Yeah.
Like they broke the window?
No, like they somehow got my car door open because I locked my car and then they went in and, yeah.
Bro, I was just reading a message from Vandy that said that somebody just broke his window. Shoot.
No, someone didn't break my window.
I know.
Yo.
Right.
So, anyways, I'm right now just saying, yo, how as a brother that I've been labeled multiple times as like a gang member and shit, but I literally got the Medal of Valor. Yesterday, I saved a homeless person from getting stabbed because he was gonna get jumped by 3 people. Jordan witnessed it. I just sit up here and stopped a person from breaking not only into my car, but stealing. I just took the other 2 car keys from other people's cars that she had.
What?
Yeah. And, you know, how many times have I done stuff out here to sit up here and like helped within the community, made art shows and bringing in Black artists, not only just myself, because I was allowed to make my own art show just by myself, but instead I always put back into the community, set up here and did stuff for the protests within making sure that we are amplifying Black voices, not taking money for it, even though I was dead broke. Like, this just triggered me because I'm like, yo, I'm being labeled once again as being a person that does stuff wrong and not for this shit. Like, yo, we're doing this morning show and yeah.
Dog,
anyways,
that trips me out.
Oh my God, I'm gonna lose it.
How
I'm gonna lose it.
How well
and bring back up
Hey.
the screen real quick just so Weezy can tap on this. Yeah, hey Tia, you are on your morning drip live.
Oh my God.
What's up, Tia?
You said you never want to be on the show, but now you're sitting up here calling.
Morning.
You want me to call you back?
It's up to you.
I
I'm
mean-
gonna pass some work to you, so if you want me to be public about what I'm passing to you.
Call him back.
Love you both. Talk to you soon.
Love you too.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.
And once again, just a shout out to Black allies helping us make dope shit. Tia Vantage is one of the most dopest people doing stuff to help Black people in the community, and she takes no credit for it, doesn't ask for roses, and refuses to sit up and get it. Literally the plug for the city. Malcolm X had that, I'm gonna forget her name right now, but had an Asian woman that had his back, did so much for him, and people don't actually recognize that. Tia is that woman for Portland, and people need to sit up here and recognize that. Just saying. Anyways, going into this, I thought that this was dope, and this is why I was going to end this on, because you were saying this. We were talking after the discussion. A Black This is now the Blackies Black episode of your morning
It did
drip.
become that. Yeah, for real. Honestly, looking at all this, that's very accurate.
Like some of the most, noted modern black people.
But more than that, the noted black people who with the blue checks,
With the
saying,
blue checks being like
Yeah.
facts.
facts. That's how I feel too.
Royce to Fine 9, copy.
No,
yeah.
no, those is fax machines.
Oh, fax machine.
yeah, it's okay. It's all right, old head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, well, I ain't got no medals.
And once again, oh God, what?
Oh, did you see Armani's text?
No.
He's watching the show. He said affirmative action.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm
so
supposed to be.
I give Armani his props and appreciation.
P.S. If you're watching Your Morning Drip and you don't know how to watch Your Morning Drip, you just go to yourmorningdrip.com. You can scroll down, and there's literally the live stream is on the media player.
This is me right now.
That is him right now.
Yeah.
And then there's also the button just up top that says live. You press it, and it'll bring you over to the show, so you can watch the show live.
We
So
got the show within the show within the show right
This is
now.
about to be Inception.
this is the metaverse. This is called Black Meta.
Are you showing your show on the?
Yeah.
Showing the show on the show.
This is a metaverse because every time it
Is
pulls
this
up, it's
going?
gonna keep going.
All right, you can bring up the seal again. Shout out to the homie Armani.
Armaniani.
All right.
All right. So
Sorry, I just had my own black mental breakdown.
Nah,
here.
hey man, well, unfortunately, we can't honor it. You're crazy. This has been your morning drip. No, I'm just kidding.
Gaslit by Ian online.
Yeah. Hosted by Ian and my co-host.
Marcy, I'm going on a retreat.
Yeah.
I'm getting the hell out of here. Jesus Christ.
All right, so
Black Jesus, by the way.
hey, man.
Which is still just
It's
Jesus.
just Jesus. So I was doing some cleaning yesterday, but I realized that I had some things that might be able to, that you might be able to get downs with.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I mean, they're nothing crazy. But
I'm just happy to be happy.
I know. So I just, there you go. That's one.
Okay.
It says a 13, but I don't know if you worn Chucks before. Definitely not a 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then here's a pair of, I know you be hooping. And this is the closest I could get to some. You told me that you play basketball, so this is the closest I can get to some Wakandian. The closest I could get.
I was like, you take it off the bucket list?
No. You just squint a little bit and squint in one eye and close the other. Yeah, there you go, man. There's some boosts for you.
Okay.
A little marquee boost. Go ahead and get your hoop on.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's close.
Ooh.
Close. It's not.
These are the Wakanda 12s.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
No, these are dope, bro.
Yeah. So those are those are the I wish ones. I wish you wish you was a little bit taller. You wish you was a baller. Okay. Go ahead, throw that back in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then these are the what's a good one? I don't know. You be DJing and stuff. But there you go.
Ooh, this is my favorite color, right?
No.
Yeah, this is my favorite color.
Oh, snap.
This color of maroon. Yeah, these are gonna.
There we go.
Oh, those are sick.
Yeah, and this is a shoe that got that got not a lot of love.
Okay.
This is a pair of Chucks, right? But what many people don't know from a sneaker nerd perspective is that these Chucks actually have like a full drop-in midsole. So, like, go ahead, go and squeeze it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We
So
got
it's a
the
pair
squish.
of Chucks. It's a pair of Chucks that don't suck. Yeah.
Yo, I decided.
But they discontinued this model.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got some. You got
some-
you ain't gonna see
I got
these
some
no
literal
more.
dead stock?
You got some both. You literally have dead stocks. Yeah.
It's hard out here for a dude that wears a 15. I'm
Man,
just gonna
yeah.
say. Well, we definitely need to start hitting up and getting our sneaker brethren in here because we have way too many of them. One definitely being Shalimar, And you know, we definitely need to get the index homies in here. But the reason why I'm saying this is yo,
This is a 15. This is a 13, but the box is the same length. That's why I tell you it's not a 13.
I know the history of Chucks. Like that's I always laugh at Snoop Dogg just because he has some big old feet, and I'm just like, how do you wear Chucks all day? Like, and it doesn't look like clown shoes. Oh wait,
yeah.
they look like clown shoes.
Yeah. He's also like 6'9".
Yeah.
So
It's a little bit more on point. All right, so we're gonna do this last segment and get on out of here and shut this down. We're gonna do sounds about white.
okay.
I don't know if you've seen this yet. It is hilarious. Marcy, if you can go ahead and bring up the screen. So this is a Florida man, and he's white, and that basically explains this whole entire segment.
Look, he ain't missed a snack before. Wait, is there sound? I need to hear sound.
I don't think that.
Apologies for the gunshots.
That driver begins to tailgate him when he's then seen slam. Investigator from Florida Highway Patrol said he was driving this black Toyota Venza when he abruptly cut off another driver. That driver begins to tailgate him when he's then seen slamming on the brakes. Seconds later, state troopers say the driver pulls up to the passenger side and throws a water bottle at the vehicle when Popper quickly starts shooting right through his own windows. During the investigation, Popper told state troopers he believed he was shot at, so he began shooting. While surprisingly there were no reported injuries, Popper ultimately turned himself into Florida Highway Patrol, was arrested, and is now facing felony charges.
His last name is Popper. How
I'm popping.
man? Like if you go back, you do hear like two like
Yeah, you hear the water bottle hit the
yeah
window. And let me see if I can yeah it's right at the beginning.
yeah.
He did not react like someone who believed they were getting shot at.
Well, I think the thing is, and this is the most incredible sounds about white I think we've done thus far. Next to the woman whipping the black dude in the wheelchair. You missed that episode. I think that this is amazing just in the sense of, yo, when you're ready for shit to go down, anything goes down. Anything that goes down makes it suitable for what you're preparing for. Like, hey, if you think we're about to fight and I accidentally bump into you while walking into the coffee shop or whatever else, you're already ready for the fight. You have your excuse.
Yeah.
And it's a thing that like, I think this is why I brought this one. We have too many situations in society where, for lack of a better way to say it, white people are already prepared. They clench the purse. They're ready for the black person that's walking behind them or whatever else to do something wrong, and they react.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing that happened. Oh man, this is gonna be the day of me forgetting names. Not Nat King Cole. The young brother that got lynched, way back in the day. And
Oh,
it
I
was
know who
because
you're talking about.
about the white woman that said that he catcalled him, and then they're just it's like
Emmett Till.
Emmett Till, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, because his mom had an open. Like the
open
authorities are like,
casket.
you need to close it, and she's like, no.
The world needs to see what they did to my baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is just a prime example of don't fear us. Like, we do these sounds about white segments not just to sit up here and make fun of white people or to sit up here and get a cheap laugh. We're also like, this sounds like your character, and we live these moments, and we're trying to show you, please recognize that we are human beings.
Yeah.
That just because you've been told by your parents don't go to that bad neighborhood doesn't mean all those people in that neighborhood, that bad neighborhood, are bad people.
Yep, that's true.
Or that their grandparents had a choice of moving their family to that neighborhood. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like they didn't have a choice to live anywhere else with redlining and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
True.
it's just like they put them in these shitty neighborhoods, and they're like, oh yeah, look at them choosing to live here. It's like, no. You
Don't
can't.
know another way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before we end, I'm gonna send a shout out to a friend who was caught in the crossfire. And I'm not gonna say any names, but she just was wrong place, wrong time, hanging out with some people, and got hit 4 times and didn't die, but is in the hospital currently. So,
Oh wow.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
So, and it's been a couple weeks actually. So,
Is she's expected to make a full recovery, or is
Yep.
she? Okay, that's
yeah.
good. That's good.
But yeah, just shouts to her. I doubt that she's listening, but you never know.
I want to ask this because it's too frequently that happens to us. Does she have health insurance taking care of her for this?
Not sure. Yeah.
Well, let us know if not, so we can sit up here and broadcast and maybe do a GoFundMe or something like that to make sure we take care of our community,
Yep.
even if they don't look like us.
But she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, it's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm a big person on Chosen Family. So,
Yeah.
that being said, I didn't do this the last episode, so I'm gonna do very quickly this and dip out. Actually, no, I did it at the beginning of the show. We already did grind my beans.
Yeah.
It's Dell.
Beans browned.
Beans are fully ground. So that's going to be this episode of Your Morning Drip. Once again, I am your host, Ron Rock. This is
Sleepy Wheezy.
Sleepy Wheezy, Black History Wheezy. Every day you buy coffee from this man, not
So
just in the
y'all
month of
cannot
February.
be sleepy.
So y'all cannot be sleepy, and not only in the month of February.
Nope.
So that being said, make sure to check out Your Morning Drip at yourmorningdrip.com. We are on social media everywhere at Your Morning Drip. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all that. Make sure to also subscribe on YouTube and on Twitch. Hit that like button. Leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Shout out to Amari watching the show. Cold thing about it, if you're in the
Armani.
huh?
Armani.
What did I say?
Amari.
Because
said,
I keep
you
I
Shout out to
keep
Amari
thinking-
Stoudemire.
You said Omicron again.
Omicron Amari Dides. Cold thing about it. Shout out to the homies. And yeah, you know what? We out of here. Peace. My head is fucked
Shout
up
out
after
to
all that shit.
Omari Ani.